Next up on the channel, we've got the 60th anniversary action sailor Recon Diver on Way I Got It Figured.
The way I got it figured.
What's up, figure fans? Way I Got It Figured back with another G.I.Joe Classified Series 60th anniversary review. This time we're looking at the Recon Diver, aka the action sailor, and this is the second figure in that series, I believe, of 4 that we'll be getting this year. I did the review on the action soldier a little while ago. Wanted to get this one in the same calendar month of release. I know there's plenty of action sailor videos out there, but I was looking forward to this figure and wanted to do a review of my own. So of course we're going to do as we always do, look at the packaging, get the figure out, check out the accessories, so on and so forth. Get you out of here with some final thoughts. So starting with the packaging, you've got some cool artwork here, the action sailor Recon Diver. Lots of accessories in here, similar to the action soldier. I think this package is a little bit more vibrant than that one. 60th anniversary, of course. Full art of the Recon Diver on the side. Got your QR code to nowhere. And a nice product shot here. And then on the back, nice picture with the alternate head sculpt. Action kind of shot of the Recon Diver hitting land. Nice inset there and there. So there's your package. We're going to get this guy out and see what we can see. Alright, so we've got our Recon Diver out of the package, and of course he comes with a lot of stuff, some of which we've seen before, some of which is all new. So right off break, the Recon Diver is almost all torpedo. Torpedo was released last year, and he was definitely one of the best figures of the year. He was developed, designed, sculpted from top to bottom by Mr. Paul Harding, who was very proud of the work he did on Torpedo. And of course, you know, these extra heads were all gang molded. It's all gang molded together. It's all on the same sprue in a sense. So he made all of this. Comes with all the accessories that Torpedo came with, all the same accessories with some extras. So right off the bat, the knife, the spear gun, and the submachine gun, that all comes from Torpedo, as well as the flippers and the diving mask and the backpack that actually comes on the figure in the box. So he actually has some accessories on him because he got extra stuff. And then some of it comes from Snake Eyes, the retro card Snake Eyes. So the pistol, which is like an M911 with a weird type of silencer on it, and the explosive satchel comes from Snake Eyes. Then you got a couple of extra bits. You got this diving dealio. So I guess this is the front. This is the propeller. You're supposed to be going towards the enemy with the logo. And then you've got this kind of, I don't know, depth gauge, something like that. Same knife as torpedo. So you do get quite a few accessories with this guy. I did leave one item out. He of course has dog tags. Taking a look at the figure itself. Very cool. Got the extra bits here. He's got an extra vest here. I like it. I mean, I kind of wish that they just did this with Torpedo, honestly. I mean, he's like more Torpedo than Torpedo, if you ask me. Got a backpack. I wonder if some of these, like labeled, G.I. Joe labeled accessories, you know, because as we know, these guys aren't characters. I wonder if they're meant to sort of be given to characters. Like obviously Torpedo could use this, and even though it's not a character, you can make this guy a character. You can say he's another diver. I mean, honestly, you know, Wetsuit isn't a black guy, but he is a white guy. You could pop this one off. Put this head on him and say, hey, this is Wetsuit. You know, before he joined the Joe team or even just Wetsuit. You know, lots of possibilities with these guys. The Action Soldier definitely seems more akin to like army building. These guys maybe not, but at the same time, I actually feel more inclined to get another one of these than I do the Action Soldier because I actually like both of the heads, even though they're the same head, just one painted like an African American, and the other one's painted like a Caucasian. But you know, having two different guys for the heads really not it's not an unattractive idea. And I'll probably leave this one on for a while because I'm probably gonna keep this portrait on them. I think they did a good job of picking which ones were gonna be in the box and on the character in the box. And I like this portrait. It actually kind of reminds me of Lamar Jackson. Shout out to Lamar Jackson of the Baltimore Ravens. That's my team. I don't know why I can't get it to focus. But the figure itself, minus the vest and everything like that, is definitely all torpedo. Probably don't really want to take too much of this off, but I'll take the head off for the purpose of kind of looking at this other stuff. Of course, we can put the dog tag on. I honestly think the dog tag should always be on, regardless of what head you're using. But on the other hand, maybe it's not that simple. Dog tag is adding a little bit of complexity to that situation. There you go. But I like it. It's cool. It looks very real world esque. He's got all the equipment you usually kind of see Navy SEALs or something like that. And I like the added details here that they put on it. So I guess what we'll do next is go ahead and gear this guy up and take a look at him geared up. All right, so we've got our Recon Diver geared up. A couple of things that are obviously not in there. I can't figure out where this goes. There's a clip on here for some reason, but I couldn't find it where it's supposed to go. I just couldn't find it, so it's not on here. And then, of course, you got your diving apparatus, your submersible, but everything else sort of fits on him. The pistol's in his hand, but you have a holster here for the clip there. And he looks really cool. He looks really cool. Same as Torpedo. You can clip the submachine gun into the backpack. I mean, it's not like super stable in there. If you jostle it too much, it will fall out, but it works. I like these hooks here. I'm not sure what they're supposed to be for. I just use one of them to hook the spear gun in there. Maybe there's a way for the flippers to hook onto those. I'll have to see later. But for now, this will work. Got your satchel. Got your breathing tube. Like I said, I like how this adds a little bit of realism to it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong, say per se, with like Torpedo, but this just looks more uh, real, in my opinion. And as I've gone on at length in this channel, that's not a requirement. It's cool, but it's not a requirement. It's G.I. Joe. But the biggest thing that I like about it is the diving mask. You can actually see the diver's eyes, even though my camera just will not focus today. I'm not sure what's going on with that. But the camera, yeah, the diver's eyes, you can see it because they didn't just make it one solid piece of plastic. I believe the mask portion of it is the same as Torpedo, even though it connects into something else. But that is probably the nicest touch, the biggest superiority kind of difference from Torpedo to this guy. It keeps unpegging, but I'm not really going to be upset about that. You're really sticking a whole lot of stuff on this guy. There goes the submachine gun. It's a really nice looking figure. Really nice looking figure. I like it on the whole. If you're going to just kind of stand them around, you don't really need to do much more than this. I'm gonna go ahead and move on to comparisons. So this time we only have really one comparison, and it's the obvious comparison. Brought in Torpedo, and Torpedo is fine, but when you get this guy, he just looks more like a more real world-ish kind of like SEAL or Recon Diver kind of deal. And again, that's not to say there's something wrong with Torpedo, but you don't know what you like better until you see it, right? Torpedo's cool. He's a great figure. No knock on Torpedo. And I did swap out his flippers for the eel flippers. I gave the eel his flip. I swapped them. But the reason I did that is because Torpedo has red highlights in his outfit, and it just kind of looks better to me like that. But hey, Torpedo doesn't need to carry all this extra stuff. He's a Joe. He's a G.I. Joe character. He's a G.I. Joe team member. So that's cool. And you could always just pop the head off a Torpedo and put it on here too. There's that same general figure. So, just so everybody knows, it is not the same head sculpt. And I really apologize for my camera, guys. I do not know why it just simply will not focus today. Even when I do that, it just won't focus. Some days you just can't win. Torpedo has been geared up like this the entire time since I did the review, way back in like June or July of last year, and none of his stuff has fallen off. But in just doing this comparison video, he's like come unglued dramatically. There you go. I don't have any other comparisons, so I'm going to move on to final thoughts. Final thoughts on G.I. Joe Classified Series 60th Anniversary Action Sailor Recon Diver. Man, I like this guy. Like him a lot. I actually think I like it better than the Action Soldier. His parts are a little bit more fidgety, but such as it is with like a diver type character. But they did a great job with it. I mean, I don't know. I keep banging on the realism aspect of the figure. I really like how it kind of comes off as realistic. And even though G.I. Joe is a fantasy, it is grounded in sort of reality. And I really like it. I think that's cool. I'm really considering getting another one so that I could use both head sculpts on the figures, but we'll see. So yeah, I think this guy, just like the Action Soldier, is a big hit. He's a 10 out of 10, and I will be enjoying this figure for many years to come. So that's going to do it for this one. It catches us up with the 60th anniversary subline. And we'll be moving on to the regular classified series, guys, Techno Viper, Airborne, Metalhead. We'll be reviewing those guys in May, which will probably be just in time for the next batch of Joes to show up late May, early June. So there's plenty of more G.I. Joe classified series content on the way. If you're new to the channel, like and subscribe. We're growing the channel, bringing in some new subscribers. Hopefully we can reach 1,000 by the end of the year. Let's see what we can do. I'm going to keep trying to bring you guys excellent content and hopefully earn your subscription. Until next time, everybody stay safe. See you on the next video. Peace.
The way I got it figured.